National Geographic educators. My name is Mark Jackson. I am a 6th and 7th grade social studies teacher at Rhoton Middle School. I'm here today to tell you about my capstone project. And with my project in 7th grade, my students have to create a flag based on their nationalities. And what this does is it inspires creativity and curiosity. Because when you look at the framework, one of the first things is curiosity. And students really don't know a whole lot about their cultures. And what it does is it inspires students to go out and find out what their cultures are. And students have to create a flag that could have up to 1, 2, 3, or 4 flags that represent who they are. And once the students construct this flag, we hang it around a giant world map in my room so that students can recognize and see each other's cultures. It's a nice icebreaker at the beginning of the year, gets students to know a little bit about each other. And what it does is it gives them observation about the world around them, because when you look at the human journey, it's getting to know each other and it's getting to understand that concept of we might all be from a different nationality, but we're all the same. And because what I try to do is instill a concept of culture within the classroom at the beginning of the year. As an extension to this project, students have to go to a local monument here in town called the Heritage Wall, which showcases the various diversities that make up the city of Norwalk. And what this wall does is it's a bunch of plaques. Students have to go and answer questions. And every year there's a question on this field study where students have to say, is their culture represented on the wall, yes or no? If it's yes, well, what is it? If it's no, what could be done to identify a way to get the wall updated to represent your culture? And every year students typically shy away from this question. Most of them are like, oh, I can write a letter to the mayor. Okay. Most of them don't. This year I had a group of students who were inspired to find a way to update the wall. So they took it upon themselves to communicate with the mayor. Can we set up a meeting to meet with you so that we can find a way to update the wall? And the mayor met with them. He said, I'll tell you what, you guys are this driven to update the wall. I will point you in a direction. He gave them ways to meet with the director of Parks and Recs. He then led them to the town archives or the town historians. And so the students learned to collaborate with each other. They learned to communicate with various representatives in our town so that they could get the research to start writing this document about how the Heritage Wall can be updated, how it can be, and how it was even constructed. Little did they know there was very little information about the background of the wall. And so what started out as what they thought was going to be a simple project ended up taking them 3 months to construct a document, which is now a living document or historical document that the city of Norwalk is going to be using for future generations. So the students were empowered by the mayor. They were driven by this project that they did in my class, but it was their communication and collaboration with one another that really provided this document to come to light. They were constantly communicating with the mayor, the director of Parks and Recs, for their feedback on the document. They did interview various people in the community who were part of putting plaques up on the wall. Their article was featured in local media. It was also streamlined with kudos from the Historical Society here in Norwalk itself. So it was a great learning experience, not just for myself, but for the students, because they learned to communicate with the mayor, the director of Parks and Recs, the town historian. They were able to create a document now for future generations, which I think is a powerful thing in itself, because now other cultures can add to the wall. And that's something the students were most proud of, because now we actually have a group in our town who is pursuing getting a wall plaque added this year. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my project, and thank you for this experience.